Powers of Congress, a hot new action series starring Ted Kennedy, Rick Santorum, and John Murtha. John Day Larkin, who still spells Congress with that F thing. Okay, next. Next, hello.
The new Congress still faces a multitude of tasks. Among the more controversial issues are tax reduction and appropriations for the armed forces.
And giving themselves
Congress
raises.
also will soon tackle the many problems of labor and adjust, by legislation, some of the more pressing problems that have not yet been settled.
I'll kick all their
How
asses.
to turn that thing off.
The first things to be taken up by the
Got
legislature.
other things to think about besides Congress.
Like my newsletter and my militia group.
Finish this income tax. And to write that speech to give at the club.
That's a really weird place for a desk.
Where's the stamp?
Oh, I used the last one yesterday.
To mail anthrax to
Why don't you run down
Congress.
to the post office and get some?
Run down to the post office.
Speak English,
It's
woman.
only a mile away. You see? Congress can do everything.
If Jimmy Stewart were
Everything
unlikable.
except build us another post office.
Who was that guy? You too can build a set for only $20.
Afternoon, Bentley.
Hello, Williams.
Suppose you're going down to register
Register? For what?
As a sex
Why?
offender.
for the congressional elections this fall. Don't forget, we want Pierce for Congress.
Pierce for Congress.
This is where Mr. Potter comes
I don't
in.
care a hang who gets to Congress. Yes, but what's Congress ever given me except a lot of trouble?
What? They gave you heroes
This
like Bob
income tax.
Packwood and Bob
Has
Torricelli.
Congress given us the new post office we need?
Well, but
No. You know what I think? I think we'd all be better off if there wasn't any Congress.
Enhance your film with subtle transitions. Congress to be suspended. America enters new renaissance. Freedom restored.
Stan? The man who wants to buy Stan.
Ed Wynn as
There
Satan.
aren't any more Stan. Can't you read? Congress is gone.
Apparently Congress had the only printing
Close
press.
the postal system.
The Williams Postal Service will deliver letters for $1 an ounce.
Painting with rather
But
broad
not
strokes here, aren't we?
these dollars. United States money is no good.
Hey, that's a federal offense.
See?
Oh,
Congress had the power to issue money, but no more.
well, I still don't miss
Only
him.
New York money is good here. Go over to the currency
This guy's acting coach was an
exchange,
orangutan.
Bentley, and take your letters. But don't bother about mailing this income tax. There's nobody to collect federal taxes.
Well, all right then.
Lots of things are different without the powers of Congress. You'll see.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Pretty, aren't they? You see, every state is printing its own money now.
Except Texas. They started using dead criminals as currency.
You remember? Oh, you don't believe it about Congress being suspended?
Now listen here, you warped, frustrated old man.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Go to
Daddy.
Washington. See for yourself.
So this is hell. Great.
A round-trip ticket to Washington.
So you
That'll
like
be
to know my
600
secrets?
New York dollars. That's right, Bentley. You're catching on.
Well, it's not exactly
No
subtle,
Congress,
dude.
No regulation of commerce. No regulation of railroad fares. Oh, you don't like it. You want to take it to court.
Here we go.
Go ahead. Don't be so surprised, Bentley.
It's George Bush.
The states have to create their own armies and navies and air forces because there's no Congress to provide for national defense.
Apparently Congress took all shame with them when they left. The Springfield Baggy Pants Players present the Scopes Trial.
Is useless, Bentley. No Congress, no federal court. There just is no justice.
But without federal courts, who will overturn Supreme Court decisions and legislate from the bench? Merry Christmas!
Well, back at the old office, eh, Bentley?
He works in Barbie's
Just
dream
in
office.
time for your check. Oh, yes, it's more than usual. No deduction for savings bonds or income tax.
This lacks the sly wit of Firesign Theater,
With Congress suspended,
or even Mark Russell for that matter.
the Social Security system has fallen through. So you'll have to look out for yourself when you lose your job. That's what I said.
So if Congress comes back, will you shut
Lose
up?
your job. One of those miscellaneous powers of Congress is the regulation of patents. We have no
Please,
protection.
please bring back
We're
miscellaneous.
out of business.
Charles! Charles!
Be a great actor.
Oh, Charles, we're being put out on the street! The state bank foreclosed on our house.
Well, they let you keep
said
the lamp.
National Housing Act was null and void, and our FHA loan was no good.
Stop talking, ah!
Oh, I don't know what'll become of us, Charles.
Well, their point is well made.
Charles.
I'd rather hear Ted Kennedy blather for an hour than see this for 10 more seconds.
Huh? Oh.
Oh, come now. Don't tell me that little walk to the post office tired you out.
Post office? What post
Oh,
office?
thank heaven it was only a
I mean,
dream.
with Congress suspended and... Oh, what a dream.
You were really annoying.
Martha, that's it.
What?
We'll move to Canada.
Now I know what to put in my speech for the club.
A bunch of swear words, yeah. My Congress Essay by Billy.
And so, gentlemen, my topic is the powers of Congress. None of us ever hesitates to criticize Congress at every opportunity.
This is as
But
it
how
should
many
be.
ever stop to think about the broad powers of Congress and how these powers affect every one of us?
And how they are abused
The
daily.
importance of Congress can be seen when we note
Let's see. Note. How do you spell note?
that the framers of the Constitution devoted the very first article to that branch of our government.
Oh, that was written like
All
100 years
legislative
ago.
powers herein granted shall be vested in a Congress of the United States, which shall consist of a Senate and a House of Representatives.
And a house of buggin'.
Consider the wide-reaching powers of Congress. Laying taxes, regulating commerce, coining money, establishing post office,
Sexually harassing interns.
creating federal court,
K-O-R-T-S.
declaring war,
Voting for wars and then
Providing-
vehemently opposing them at every step.
an army and navy, and making all laws necessary for carrying out those powers.
The end, please.
Now, gentlemen, these powers reach right into our home,
And pick our pockets.
into our very life. For instance, we know that the food we eat is pure.
Blessed by Congress.
Why? Because it's inspected under laws made through the power of Congress to regulate interstate commerce. This same power includes control of railroad fares.
It's a
and
ticket
freight
to ride.
rates, the commerce of the air, and the traffic of cross-country trucking.
Thank you, Congress.
And remember, gentlemen, those are only a few illustrations of how the powers of Congress affect each one of us.
And here are a few
So
more
your
dozen.
personal welfare, as well as the welfare of your country, depends upon your active interest
Me?
in electing to Congress men and women of
Such what? Integrity, character, weight, height, opacity? He's calling 1863. Yes.
Oh, Bentley, how are you?
Fine, just fine. Say, I'm going down in the morning to register. I was wondering if you'd like to ride down with me. I want to talk to you about this man Pierce.
I think he'd make a good bond.
Pierce? You mean you're interested in getting him elected to Congress?
I'm interested in knowing more about him.
See if he's right for my experiments.
After all, we can't be too careful who we send to Washington to exercise the vast powers of Congress.
Boy, I don't want to be there tomorrow when he wishes there was no sanitation department. Good night, and remember to send all your money to Congress.